Forensic science here involves not only understanding the justice system, we break it down piece by piece, where it's the investigation part, to later on learning how the court system handles evidence, and then looking at the justice systems, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We definitely push our students to be critical thinkers, and one of the things is analyzing the justice system. So we bring in the Innocence Project, and what that does is it helps them kind of see some of the maybe downfalls of our justice system and how to not only read about certain cases, but better understand how someone was wrongly convicted. So what makes our program unique is we have current individuals in the field and retired. Here at LT, we create a body farm, which is unique because we allow our students to see and experience how a body slowly decomposes with weather conditions, scavengers, and the flies, and how it deteriorates to bones.
So some of the ways we would use science are, one, DNA obviously is huge technology, right? So things they've seen in biology, and now we're using it in forensics in an aspect of, I find blood at a scene, I can get blood from a suspect, and now I can collect the DNA and we can make a comparison. We'll use some math in here, some physics aspects. So when we're talking about blood spatter, so when you go into a scene and you see blood all over, you can find out, where did that blood come from? Was the person laying down when they were being hit, or were they standing up and then they were being hit? Maybe for someone who was taller than them, were they left-handed, were they right-handed? So those kinds of things where you're bringing science to life in a more practical way. It's really more designed for science aspect of forensics and how do we use science in this particular field. Some of the projects that they do are, they'll do a serial killer project where they'll do research on a particular serial killer, and then they will kind of delve into the psychology behind it. So like, what's the behavior aspect? What's the psychology of that individual? We do crime scenes, so they will go out into small crime scenes and they'll look for evidence. And then at the end of the semester, we'll do a big crime scene where they've got to gather multiple pieces of evidence, and then try to figure out who committed the crime based on the evidence that they've collected.
The forensic science program here at LT is innovative in the sense that we bring technology that might not have been available 10 years ago to the students for them to experience today. Our forensic science program allows students to actually do things that real science investigators, law enforcement, CSI is actually doing in the field. And so I think it differentiates itself from other science classes in that fact that students are really getting a full hands-on experience for what they could expect in different career choices. My favorite experience teaching forensic science is our end of the year semester crime scene. It is so fun. The team and I put together a crime scene in the back room. We've got a dead body, we've got all the evidence, all the blood, shoe prints, fingerprints, all of it for the kids to analyze. But the best part also is we engage the staff. And so other teachers in the building, we have them play roles of like possible suspects, and the students get to go interview them, collect evidence, as well as we give them other evidence for them to analyze. And then throughout, by the end of the day, they're able to come up with an answer to the question.
I was really interested in the forensics course because I loved biology. One of my highlights at Lyons Township High School was the forensics program. So one of the things I took out of the course is the ways to be observant, how to see what's going around me, how to read people's body language. My favorite project from the forensics class was honestly probably the Innocence Project. It was one of those eye-opening things that we did. I was like, I seriously think that I could maybe make this a career for myself. I really want to make sure like people do get the justice that they deserve.